Oh, boys and girls, for my final video on Football Manager 2021, I figured we should probably have a little bit of fun. So I've gathered together the 8 teams that I managed for the longest period of time on FM21. There were a couple more that I did on stream or for shorter saves, but these were my main 8 teams that I managed during FM21. I've exported all of those teams, put them together into a versus cup competition using FM Touch. Won't be able to do this next year. Controversial. But I've put them all into a versus cup competition, the LOLLUJO Cup. It's a knockout tournament. We've got all 8 of my teams, and this is where we find out what is the best team that I put together during FM21. Feel free to use the comments section to make your predictions on who you think the winning team will be. And if you want to see this in a more expanded format next year, make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on the video, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Last year, we just did a one-off match with my 2 best teams. We've got 8 teams involved in one video this year. Next year, who knows? If this continues to be popular and there's a way to do it in the new game, we might end up doing this as a little series at the end of the game, but can't risk that because you might all hate the concept. Without further ado, it's time for the LOLLUJO Cup. And the draw has already been made for the quarterfinals. I wasn't able to... What I really wanted to do was set it up in 2 groups of 4 and then have the winners of the group play each other, or go like 2 groups of 4 semi-finals into finals. There's no way to do that in FM Touch. I basically had to do it as one big league or as a full knockout cup competition. So we've gone full knockout cup competition. I've imported my beta team, Leicester. Just as a reminder, this is the Leicester squad, and there are going to be players who feature multiple times in different teams. You can see I had my favourites. We've got a 27-year-old Alex Grimaldo, a 24-year-old Declan Rice. There's probably others from my Barcelona team in this Leicester squad as well, but that's my Leicester team, featuring Neymar and Erling Haaland. I think they're probably fairly early favourites for the tournament. We've then got the non-league to legend clubs, who several of these don't really stand a chance. Kettering, of course, was the first club I managed in non-league to legend, featuring some channel legends like Alfie Payne, Connor Stanley, and Martel Taylor Crossdale, who've been around on the channel for many, many years. Reece Bennett's in there, so I forgot we had Reece Bennett in there. But Kettering, drawn away against Leicester in the first round. They're probably done almost immediately. After we left Kettering, we went to Peterborough. This was my final Peterborough team, which, I mean, we did make it all the way to the Premier League. We were doing okay. We've got some good players in here. Ricky J. Jones was a superstar of FM21, and Lewis Parsons in particular, I remember being a real top defender, proper English wonder kid defender. But we did move on before he could fully fulfill that potential. So I think Peterborough are probably going to be struggling as well in their first round tie against Barcelona from the Rebuilding Barcelona series that we've just finished. The final club that we went to in non-league legend this year was Arsenal. This is my final Arsenal squad. Again, players who appear multiple times. We've got a 27-year-old Pedri playing for Arsenal compared to, I think, a 22-year-old in the Barcelona squad. But this was a very, very good team, a Champions League winning team. So probably going to be something of a threat. They play against the Bourne in the USA team in the first round, who, of course, never even managed to make it to the Premier League. So I think they're going to be the whipping boys. Bourne and Kettering don't stand much of a chance. But we've got Barcelona from the Rebuilding Barcelona series as well, which is just finished. You should be very familiar with these boys, who should beat Peterborough in the first round. And then the biggest, most hard to call tie of the first round, 2 of the favourites for the tournament, 2 Champions League winning sides. My Sheffield United Twitch team, which was this was a phenomenal football team. Sven da Silva, one of the best wonder kids, if not the best wonder kid I had on FM21, and it's just full of stars. We picked this team up in the Championship, and 3 years later won the Champions League. This was a great, great team. But they face the home side, which, of course, we built over a number of years. It doesn't have the, because it's an exported team, it doesn't have any of the names that we set ourselves. I think Charles Bexfield is Alex Williams, and obviously Madness hasn't got his proper name. But, I mean, you should know who they all are from just seeing them on there. We get to hang out with Sandro Veloso one more time, which is going to be awesome. So my plan for the video, I'm going to simulate the quarterfinals and the semi-finals and just show you what's happened in those. And then we will do a live comm of the final with me managing both teams. My prediction at this stage, and feel free to fill the comment sections with your predictions as well. I think we're going to be in for a Sheffield United Barcelona final, if that's possible. Can we get a Sheffield United? But yeah, we can. So it'll be Sheffield United or home versus Leicester or Kettering. That Leicester team is strong though. I think the Sheffield United team, I think, was probably my best team of the year, maybe. And then Barcelona will beat Posh. Arsenal will beat Bourne. The Barcelona team should beat the Arsenal. It's going to be interesting. Let's simulate the quarterfinal matches. So the quarterfinal results are in, and I think for me the biggest shock of the quarterfinal is seeing just how much that Sheffield United team destroyed home. Sheffield United 4, home 1. I mean, they've absolutely ruined them. Poor old Park having an absolutely terrible time out there on the right-hand side. They've been ripped apart. I mean, the XG was close, but I warned you, these strikers were good. Diekmeyer, he's probably the third best striker at the club after De Silva and Tabakaru. Diekmeyer getting a hat-trick. And yeah, this Sheffield United team, if you haven't been watching along on Twitch this year, I warn you, they're good. They're in with a very good chance of winning this tournament. All of the other results gone pretty much as expected. Arsenal 7, Bourne 0. Jack Joyce getting 4 goals in that game to absolutely ruin Bourne. Leicester 4, Kettering 0. That game's a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. But to have Haaland and Neymar on the score sheet, you can't really look very far beyond Leicester as tournament winners. And Peterborough putting up a very good effort against what we know is a very strong Barcelona side, grabbing 2 goals, but succumbing to a 4-2 defeat. So that means the semi-final of the tournament now looks like this. So Sheffield United versus Leicester, both Champions League winning teams. Barcelona versus Arsenal, both Champions League winning teams. The only Champions League winning team to fall at the first hurdle is home. And I'm a little heartbroken about it. I am still, I think, going for a Sheffield United Barcelona final. This is going to be interesting. We're going to simulate these semi-final games now, and then we'll be back for the final. So semi-finals complete. I can't see the other score at the moment, which is fun. But Barcelona 2, Arsenal 0, goals from Pepetti and Van Haren, and Arsenal looked like they were pretty well dominated. We'll look at the game properly in a second, but there's your confirmation that it is the final I predicted. Sheffield United 1, Leicester 0 in that other semi-final. So let's look at the Barcelona Arsenal game first of all. So Barcelona comfortably controlling the game. Is the Barcelona team the best team we put together in FM21? It's one of the best too, that's for sure. But I got to keep warning you about Sheffield United. They were absolutely outstanding, but excellent performance from Andrezinho, who we know from the 5 years in the future video, becomes an absolute superstar, as does Van Haren. Interesting team selection. I just hit quick pick for both of them as part of simulating this, so I haven't had any involvement in picking these teams. I think Arsenal, similar to how they were in non-league to legend, let down by not having a real world-class striker. Jack Joyce was only on loan from Manchester City, if I recall, and just not quite got that cutting edge against that Barcelona team. And then Leicester, superstar-laden Leicester, losing out to a team of new gens. It was very, very close. It's only a 1-0 victory. Diekmeyer, again, he's having an excellent LOLLUJO Cup. He never really scored a lot of goals when we were playing him before, but really this is an example of we've got some of the best young strikers in the world and a very, very solid defence against a Leicester team that, interestingly, have dropped Erling Haaland. Haaland not even on the bench for this game. Belotti up front, Werner on the bench. Neymar and Dembele did play, though. I mean, it's a strong-looking Leicester side. You would take that as a Leicester 11, even without Erling Haaland in there. In fact, those of you who watched their beta save at the start of the year will probably remember that Belotti was actually a better striker for us than Haaland anyway. He outscored Haaland and fitted into this system better than Haaland did. So I think it's fitting that Belotti starts for that team for the final time, but he's not going to be seen in a live commentary because that is going to be Barcelona versus Sheffield United. For some of you, this is going to be your first chance to see the Sheffield United team, see just how good they are. But I warn you, they're pretty good. I need to pick the teams and sort the tactics out, and we'll be back in a second. We're going to watch the match and decide who is my best team of FM21. If it's Barcelona, I'm never doing a long save again. We did that one in 4 years with no money. Which worries me a little. So here we are then, boys and girls, the final of the LOLLUJO Cup. I was hoping to get the teams come up on the screen. I've just gone through and picked the closest to an actual team that I would use in these respective saves. But I think what I'm going to have to do is just pause quickly and show you those teams. So this is the Barcelona side, first of all, using the 4-3-3 that we used to such great success in that final season. It's ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Grimaldo. I've got those two the wrong way around. Grimaldo, Pepetti, De Ligt and Porro. De Jong at the base of the midfield with Rice and Bellingham ahead of him. Then Pedri on the left, Demir on the right, Moukoko up front. Memphis, Nonto, Andrezinho, probably all a little bit disappointed to miss out. Sula probably as well. But that is my Barcelona team. Pretty strong side, I'm sure you'll agree. And then the Sheffield United team, which is probably going to be a little less familiar to some of you. The man to watch is Sven de Silva. He is an absolute monster. He is a goal machine. He is absurd in this match engine. And off the bench, Tabacaro is basically the same player. They are just both ridiculous. Diekmeyer is a Juan Jose style, if you watched Home, a Juan Jose style deep line forward who drops in behind him, but has scored 4 goals in this tournament so far. And it's a very strong team throughout, playing this 4-2-4 gegenpress. It's gegenpress versus vertical tiki-taka. It's 4-2-4 versus 4-3-3. Very interesting to see there's no 4-2-3-1 making it through to the final. I set every team's tactic to be the one that we used throughout the save. There's your proof that 4-2-3-1 gegenpress isn't the all-conquering. Oh, we've got game sounds on. I've not used FM Touch all year. I've loaded it up right at the death of the game. Let's just get this all set up the way we want it set up. The graphics just look really fuzzy on FM Touch as well. I can see why they're binning off this game. It just all looks like everyone's got a little bit of fluffy, furry stuff all around them. It's like everything's made out of felt. It doesn't look as good as the main game, but at least we're going to get to see this match. Is that too fast? No, that's all about right. And Sven de Silva potentially in straight away, but Grimaldo is there to cover, and De Jong playing it back to Stegen. I have no idea. I mean, my closest current loyalty, of course, is to this Barcelona team. So I've literally just finished managing them. I loved this Sheffield United team on stream, and Sven de Silva, I think he is my player of FM21. So I'd love to see him bang a last hat trick for us because he's just absolutely ridiculous. De Ligt looks like he's going to be taking care of de Silva, which probably is for the best. That's the kind of defender you'd want on Sven de Silva. Demir now on the right-hand side. He was getting better and better as the save went on, and Moukoko was in there, but it is high and wide and not a very good effort from Moukoko. De Ligt now playing it to Bellingham. And now De Ligt forward to Bellingham again. Declan Rice, who of course played in this tournament twice for both Barcelona and Leicester. And Moukoko scores, but it's been immediately disallowed. I don't think there's any VAR in FM Touch versus tournaments, so I don't think we're going to get to have a look at it. Oh, we do get to have a look at it. Oh, it's a very tight offside decision. It's a good finish from Moukoko, but it's not quite enough. So, wait, it was enough, but he didn't stay onside. Learn how it works, Kev. You've played this game before. Goodness me. Right, Sinan on the right-hand side, playing it forward to Sven de Silva, who is in and has scored. It's his first goal of the tournament, but certainly not the first time I've seen him score. If you were with me on Twitch, one more time, all together, boys and girls. Da, 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 da. Sven de Silva, da, 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 da. Sven de Silva, he is a hero, and he's just scored against Barcelona. Surely Sheffield United aren't going to win the LOLLUJO Cup. I suspected they might be one of my better teams. This is why you should be watching on Twitch this year, boys and girls. We put together some incredible teams. I mean, I was manager of Sheffield United for less time than I was manager of Barcelona as well. So it's very interesting to see that the two teams that have ended up the best sides are the two that I threw together over the course of 3 or 4 years. I mean, Leicester, I guess, are the exception to that, but Holme and Arsenal, and who I was with for a long time, just not really getting the job done. Short saves are the way forward, it seems. It's also interesting to see that it's current superstars versus new gens as well, which I think is also quite interesting. We didn't start as Sheffield United manager until about 10 seasons into this save, because it was a road to glory. It was a journeyman, non-league to legend style thing that we did over on Twitch over the summer. So it's interesting, but at the moment, it is still Barcelona 0, Sheffield United 1. Surely this Barcelona team isn't going to fall to Sheffield United. Moukoko is in again and forces a save out of Aguayo in goal for Sheffield United, and it's now going to be a corner. Now, I don't know if I've got my corner. It looks like I do have my corner techniques on this tactic. I've just loaded the tactics that were in each save, so I guess that does bring the set pieces over. But at half-time, Barcelona 0, Sheffield United 1. Barcelona have had the better of the chances, but Sheffield United have got Sven de Silva. And as good as you lot might think Moukoko is in FM21, he is no Sven de Silva, and that is what is separating these two teams. Right, Porro looking for a long throw into the penalty area, which hasn't really worked out very well at all. And Sheffield United have gotten the chance for a counter-attack here, and it's de Silva who is in again. Sven de Silva straight at ter Stegen. And at some point, I'm going to have to start playing chess against myself and try and make substitutions to try and beat my own team that I'm also managing. I don't really have a horse in this race. I'm happy whoever wins, but I'm trying to win with both teams. It's breaking my tiny, tiny mind. Right, Delat for Sheffield United. Back to Frota. And it's gone all the way back to the defenders, in fact. Salazar, who is actually a box-to-box midfielder, but playing at centre-back today because of a suspension to Diaz. Diaz for Sheffield United and Baldi for Barcelona, both suspended for this game. And now Demir with a counter-attack. It's 3-on-3 here. Demir's got Moukoko ahead of him. Bellingham alongside him. Bellingham to Moukoko. It's a wonderful piece of counter-attacking football from Barcelona. That was lethal. That was so clinical and effective. And Demir proving that I think if we'd have had one more year of the save, Demir was going to become a real superstar. But he's set Bellingham up, who's played it into Moukoko there. It's 1-1 with an hour gone, and we've picked up an injury to Declan Rice, which we are going to have to deal with. So Declan Rice, we don't have a central midfielder on the bench. Pedri's going to have to come back into central midfield. So if we swap those two around like that, and then Memphis Depay can come on for Rice, and we can switch to that. Otherwise, nothing else needs changing at the moment, I don't think. Everyone else seems like they're doing okay. We just had a yellow card for Felipe for Sheffield United. Papetti, though, playing it forward to Depay. And now Bellingham to De Jong. Memphis Depay, fresh on the pitch and probably feeling a little bit hard done by that he wasn't in the team from the start. And Depay playing it across to Pedri. And now De Jong and Depay again. We're doing another one of those build-ups to a Barcelona goal that everyone begins with a D. De Silva's in. Talking of players that begin with a D. De Silva, and what a tackle. I think that's Papetti who came across with a covering tackle. That does not happen to Sven de Silva very often. Right, De Ligt has now taken a knock as well for Barcelona. Our Barcelona team is dropping like flies. So Sula's going to come on for De Ligt. We'll swap those two over. And I think for the final change, Frenkie de Jong is also tiring. Don't have anyone to come on for Frenkie de Jong. So what we're actually going to do is I want to get Nonto onto the pitch. So I think, or do we want to bring Andrezinho on? I'm taking off Demir. I think we're going to bring Andrezinho on actually. And we're going to do that. And then we are just going to make a couple of changes for Sheffield United as well. Felipe is really tired. So Wongdi can come on for him. And then we are going to get Tabakaru on for Diekmeyer. And usually when we do this, we go to a complete forward and an advance forward. And Tabakaru is as much of a goal scorer as Sven de Silva is. They are both absolute monsters. That's all three subs for Barcelona used. We've got one left for Sheffield United. It's 1-1 as we hit the 80th minute. We're going to make a final change for Sheffield United. I'm looking at the bench. Yeah, we're going to take off Delat and bring on Josivan in midfield. And 10 minutes to go. Come on, boys. Somebody, come on. Somebody do a football. It can't go to penalty. I don't even, is it penalties? Is it extra time? I'm not sure what happens now. Sheffield United now ahead on XG, and it's a corner. Surely this Barcelona team aren't going to get done by a corner. It was Tabakaru who was there, but his header goes ever so slightly over, and it is going to extra time. I don't know if we can now do another substitution. Let's just check in with Barcelona first of all, where we would like to bring on Nonto, if we can. Oh, we can. Right, I don't necessarily want to bring him on for Bellingham then. Right, I think we might bring Nonto on for Makoko and just do that swap there. And then for Sheffield United for our fourth change. There's not a lot I want to do, but we've got some tired players. I think we probably need to freshen up at the back. Matic can come on at the back there. Right, 4 substitutions made for each team, and we're into extra time. These are 2 very evenly matched teams. Depay to De Jong, and now Grimaldo playing it forward, looking for Nonto, who nods it down for Bellingham, but Bellingham misses out, and Tabakaru now trying to slot it through to Wongdi, who was ready for the overlap, but couldn't quite get there. Depay now nodding it down to Bellingham, and now Bellingham playing it into Nonto. Nonto is in, and he's scored in the 96th minute. It's another assist for Bellingham, who's been fantastic in this match. And Nonto makes it 2-1 to Barcelona. My final team of FM21 might have just proven themselves to be my best team of FM21. Perhaps I need financial restrictions more often. But there's still time for Sheffield United to get back into this game. We're going to go attacking. We're going to demand more. And fingers crossed. Oh, Bellingham's taken a knock. That could be crucial. Because if Barcelona go down to 10 men here, Sheffield United will make them pay. And De Silva just weaving through the penalty area. He's been on for the entire match and isn't even tired. The man's a monster. And we're about to hit half-time in extra time here. It's still Barcelona ahead. They are taking some risks here with Tabakaru and De Silva closing them down. And we do end up winning the ball back for Sheffield United. And it's Sinan on the right-hand side playing it to Matic, who plays it back into Sinan. Tabakaru's there, but his shot is blocked by, was that De Jong, I think, in there blocking the shot? It might have been Pepetti. Either way, the shot is blocked. And we go to half-time. Barcelona 2, Sheffield United 1. There is not long left now for Sheffield United to get themselves back into this game and force a penalty shootout. Sinan now playing it over the top for Wongdi. I would probably favour Sheffield United on a penalty shootout because they've got such good attackers. Oh, Tabakaru was shot straight at Ter Stegen. That could have taken the game to penalties there. Of course, Barcelona have got some previous of being all right at penalties. I think this tactic has got long throws in, which it didn't in the series itself. I must have loaded up a slightly different variation of it. This must be the Streamer Showdown variation. Long throws are not working at all today, though. Matic then playing it to Josivan. Frota. De Silva is in here and very, very close. What I should have done is got some of my Streamer Showdown teams in here as well. Idea for the LOLLUJO Cup next year. All my Streamer Showdown winning sides go into the LOLLUJO Cup as well. And Sheffield United had scored. I think it was De Silva again, but it's been disallowed for offside. And that looked like another tight one. Let's look. I mean, it's not. There's 4 of them miles offside, and it was Sinan, not De Silva. But either way, Sheffield United so far ahead on XG, they're going to feel very hard done by. But winners of the LOLLUJO Cup and confirmed as my best team of FM21 is Barcelona. And I've got a cough brewing. They need to lift this trophy quick. Mute yourself, Kevin. Just cough. Oh, dear. I need a drink. I mean, we'll open it to celebrate. We're celebrating with cucumber, mint and lime, Aqua Libra, infused sparkling water. Barcelona, eh? Who'd have thought? They're quite a good team. We did that one in 4 years. But Barcelona have just won everything. Second winners of the LOLLUJO Cup. The first winners of the LOLLUJO Cup in its new extended format. Barcelona, the best team of FM21. And there you have it. If you've enjoyed that as a fun little ending to FM21, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Feel free to use the comment section to let me know how you would do this next year, if you would do this next year, if you'd like it as a mini-series, if you think more or less teams should be involved. Let me know. Comment section is there for you to get involved. But that is your lot for FM21 now. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn your notifications on. FM22 is going to be dropping at some point in the next week to 10 days. It could be a couple of days. It could be a week. It could be, I think the latest date it could possibly come out to be 2 weeks before the launch day is the 26th, which I think is next Tuesday. But it might be out before. Who knows? Just make sure you subscribe with your notifications on, because then the moment it is out, you'll get the video, the first video. My beta save with Arsenal is going to be awesome. Thanks for watching, folks, and thank you for all your support over FM21. I will see you again very, very soon.